love when we make love. And you have to be in tune with that as a fella, as a guy. You have to be. You just can't be pounding away thinking, no, this is good. Everybody doesn't want beat it up. You have to be in touch with who you with. Because again, it falls on us. We want to keep hitting that, obviously. So we have to figure out how to keep hitting that. So I think a conversation, if she'll give it to you, say, hey, uh, what do you like, baby? How do you like it? You like it rough? You like it soft? You like it pretty? I mean, tell me so you can help me get you there. Again, sex is so important that we refuse to talk about it to anybody. Yet and still, that's how we all got here. Now, there's some people going to hear I'll be ashamed of myself talking about this. But again, they call it lovemaking. What is those professions in this world? Prostitution. And why do you think it's held up through all this time? It's important. Very important. You can't downplay it. And if you are bad, you have to figure out, how do I get there? What can I do? I can't be, oh, I'm just going to come and forget it. I better take the extra. I got to take the long way around. I got to figure this out. Maybe I'm rubbing her with some oil, lotion, every day. I don't know. But I can't afford to play the game, the long game, like somebody else. I'm playing the short game. Literally. All right. Tough conversation for those out there, but really, it's just a realistic conversation. It's really not that big a deal. Seriously. It's something that needs to be talked about and done. Same conversation, different that you have with your kids. Not this type of conversation, but you definitely need to talk to them. They need to know what they in for and what they like, and especially the men. I always say the men because them women, you'll be hooked and out there stalking and all that. It just ain't good for you to be doing that. All right, time is flying. It's Freaky Friday. Let's sit back, relax. Let's think about some things we discussed and get ready for the second half of the Blackout.
What they say? Yo, make it rain. I gotta reach to reach with. I gotta reach to get away. Won't take it back, no mistake. Killing my time for this. I can give my bitch everything. Take her down, I have my way. Count money in the safe. This is straight, he give me this thing. He won't be, I need a click. See, with him, it did not the same. Why? He broke, he can't even click. Lay down when I'm in a day. She cute, I need her face. Her body hit, she leave a mess. Talk to you dirty before the sex. Into PVS, I'm a wicked. I gotta reach in the dirty. I gotta reach in the dirty.
Hello, welcome back to the second half of the Blackout. Waiting for your comments on Freaky Friday. 313-488-7788. Now, we was in the midst of talking about sex, um, how everyone likes it and what they don't like, and, what should try to happen, what should go on. Now, I discussed in short terms of how you need to talk to your kids, not about Freaky Friday, obviously, but you need to discuss with them about sex, period. School, they used to have health classes. They no longer have those. So kids go online, and that can be dangerous. Why wouldn't you take control of the situation and tell them, hey, here's what's going on, what you need to do to protect yourself, and try to keep an open line of communication with them concerning that. So, okay, it's going to be a tough talk for you when they come back and tell you, well, I did do it so and so. You know, I can remember a story way back in the day. And I don't know who was it embarrassing to, but it seemed embarrassing to me. I was friends with the parents. This is, like I said, back in the day. I was friends with the parents and I got along with them well. And I went over their house and sitting there talking to them. And the father says, "I'm glad you're here. Sit down, Chauncey." So he sets me down. Then he hands me this letter. And I start reading the letter. And he goes, "This is from my daughter. And it was meant for her to give it to me." Uh, so I'm reading the letter and it's discussing things that she had planned to surprise me and that she wanted to do. And I was like, wow. Uh, so I'm looking at the letter, and out of the corner of my eyes, I'm looking at him, and he's staring at me, and I'm like, oh. And it was pretty graphic. So, again, I'm through with the letter. I'm through reading, but I'm acting like I can't read. So I'm still reading the letter, and I'm looking at him, and he's staring at me, and he calls out his wife. He goes, I think the wife calls him. He goes, no, Chauncey's reading that letter right now. So I'm like, my God, what am I supposed to do with this? So finally, I didn't stall long enough. I come up. He goes, did you read that? Uh, yeah, I read it. What do you think of that? I'm like, uh, I'm stalling again. So through the door comes his daughter, and she says, "What's going on?" I'm thinking, well, in the nick of time. And he goes, "Well, I was showing him that letter that I found in your room in the closet." And she goes, "Yeah." And he goes, "Show her the letter." And I give her the letter, and she goes, "Oh yeah." He goes, "Well, what do you mean? Oh yeah, oh yeah." No embarrassment on her face, no nothing. She good with everything she wrote in there. She's so what? And he's like, "You don't have nothing to say about it?" Nothing. He goes, "Why not?" She, "Where'd you find it at?" "I found it in your room, in the closet, on the shelf." She said, "Exactly. You won't go in my room again." And I'm like, boy, women are something else. I could have melted like butter. And, she's like, huh, okay, so you ready to go get something to eat? And that was the end of the conversation. But it was telling me something then that no, he was not supposed to go in there and read that. And no, he probably didn't want to hear that. Um, but it still needs to be an open line of communication about that. Somebody needs to talk to the daughter. Somebody needs to talk to the son. Some type of information where you're like, hey, what's going on? Are you protecting yourself? Are you covering up? Do you need to be on the pill? Um, how many guys are you having sex with? Just things that need to be talked about are a tough conversation for parents. But you gotta get over that and have that conversation. I don't care who you are. It needs to be talked about. It does. There's diseases out there. There's people out there. There's weirdos, knuckleheads. There's everything out there. But yet and still, that's a conversation you gotta have. All right, touched on that. Flip back. I just wanted to make sure I got that part out. That is a learning part. Um, the sex part, back to Freaky Friday. When your woman gets on top, do you like her because she can control things? Do you like saying, yeah, let her go ahead? Let her control this. Do you want your woman to control the bedroom? Like, I got this. I got this. You might control, well, you should be trying to control most of the other time, being a man trying to lead. But in that bedroom, yeah, I'm going to follow some of these times. Yeah, go right ahead. Take control, lead. Do you want that? Do you want the woman always you to be the aggressor? I mean, those are things that need to be talked about. Do you want me to act like I'm shy, like I don't want that, or do you like, hey, lay down, I got this? Do you want a woman like that? Those things surely need to be discussed. Again, no, I bet you can count the people who discuss them. When I say count, if you line up 20 of them, two may have a conversation, a real in-depth conversation. The rest of the time, we don't talk about that. We don't. Um, and it's important. It's, it's again, that's how we got here. Yeah. And then I ask you this, and this is trying to figure it out what you like and what you don't like. Do you have to do everything possible if you're not there? Do you have to do all the things? Like now, I know quite a few men split them cheeks and get that peanut butter. Now, is that, do you like that? Is that helping the moment? Again, I guess you're trying to do whatever you got to do. Yeah, I said it. Split them cheeks and get that peanut butter. Do you have to do that to make her feel, I don't know, is that a part of your love making? Is that a part of who you are? And you say, hey, I do this because, again, I can't go the long term. I'm sure the guy who will knock down that garage or knock down that house, he ain't doing that. Because he be like, man, please, I'm good, good. But the short term, do I have to do all these things? And if you are, I have nothing to say about it. You're doing what you're supposed to do. I guess that's why I used to wonder, and I thought about it. You know, growing up, guys didn't date or want to be with women had three kids. Uh, two kids was, if you had one, barely. But if you was young, no. But as they got older, I started seeing guys with three and four. You know, the girl might have three and four kids. And you said, well, why is he with her? Hmm. Makes you go, huh? And I thought about it. I get it. I get it. So, are those some of the things that you have to do um, to fulfill what's going on in your life? You do whatever you need to do in that bedroom to make it come alive. Because Lord knows if that bedroom ain't right, you're not going to have a happy wife or a happy husband. They're both going to be unsatisfied in there. Again, it is so important to make sure everybody's fulfilled in their bedroom. And it just seems like to me a conversation about it. Not all the time, but we need to know what you like, what I like, what we like. Otherwise, it, it's done. It's done. Well, all right. Is there anything else tonight that I think I might be leaving off the table that I need to bring home? I'm trying to think on this Freaky Friday. Have we reached the point where we're good? We've discussed sex. Um, it's so important. And I just wonder how people can make it in life, but one wants to have sex and the other one doesn't. How do you make that? How does that work out? How is that possible? You're not giving us a chance. Some kind of way that has to be figured out. Or give the other person a goal, like, hey, go, hey, you go do what you got to do. I'll be here waiting. Fine. Now we're just companions. And I guess that might even be better. You know, you both, hey, we got some things we want to do. You go ahead and do what you got to do. We'll take care of this other stuff, the business part of our relationship. But I'm not going to hold you from doing what you need to do. Life's too short for that. Way too short. Supposed to enjoy this time. It's gone. Well, all right. To those out there understanding what I said, I started the show with Freaky Friday.